Hot dogs are an all-American fare, but it was the Germans who first came up with the idea. In fact, there are reports of German immigrants selling sausages from pushcarts in New York as far back as the 1860s. A century and a half later, hot dogs are still the #1 treat on the street. Traditional hot dogs are made from a mixture of pork, beef, and chicken. The cuts they start with are called trimmings, pieces of meat left over from cutting steaks or pork chops, mainly muscle tissue. The trimmings are ground the same way butchers chop up hamburger meat, by pushing the cuts through grated metal plates. Processed chicken trimmings are added to the ground meat, followed by food starch, salt, and other flavorings. Water is sprayed into the mix, then everything is blended together in a big vat. Corn syrup is added for sweetness. They add more water to help disperse the ingredients. This also makes the hot dogs juicier. Next, a machine purees the meat batter into a fine emulsion and vacuums out any air. A stuffing machine pumps the meat puree into these casings, twisting it every 5¼ inches, the length of one hot dog. It takes just 35 seconds to make a chain of hot dogs that would span a football field twice. Then they link 3 of those hot dog chains to make an even longer string. Several hot dog strings are loaded onto a machine, which drapes the hot dogs onto moving racks. The process is carefully timed so that a twist always lands on the bar. The racks carry the hot dogs through a liquid smoke shower, then into an oven with several cooking zones. The liquid smoke seeps through the casing, adding flavor to the dogs as they bake. Hot out of the oven, they drench the franks in cold, salty water to chill them in preparation for packaging. The hot dogs file down to an unloading zone. A machine pulls them off the bars onto a conveyor. Then the hot dogs slide off the conveyor into metal containers. The black stripe on each hot dog casing is a marker. The absence of a black stripe means the hot dog is cooked and ready for packaging. Inside the peeler machine, a tiny knife slits each casing along the top. Steamy air blows the casings right off the dogs. This machine peels 700 hot dogs a minute. An inspector makes sure each casing has been completely removed and that there are no defects in the dogs. Then it's onto a device that looks like a plastic bicycle chain. The sprockets position the hot dogs for packaging. This factory manufactures an incredible 300,000 hot dogs an hour. That's close to 2.5 million per shift. They really do churn them out like sausages. Fire up the grill because a mouth-watering meal is just minutes away.